What is going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I'm going to be going over some NBA, some NHL stuff, catch up on this past weekend as well. Boy, it seems like forever ago that Colin Morikawa dropped out of the Players' Championship with all my money on him. It seems like forever ago that I went zero Rory McIlroy, and that didn't help. And it seemed like forever ago that I announced that Ludwig Oberg was going to win the tournament, and I kept my mouth shut until Sunday, and then I reminded everybody of it, and after that, he went +9 for the day, I think. So that was my golf this past weekend. UFC did okay. In general, was kind of a very lackluster DFS weekend. The good news was that League of Legends got back started this morning. Nice 2-gamer with a 3 out of 5 and two bangers. Actually, one went 3 out of 5 and the other went 3 straight. I ended up chopping the double buff for very little money, but you know what? I always like cashing in that stuff. Love League of Legends. One of my favorite DFS sports to play. Basically, anything except the NBA is my favorite DFS sport to play. So why don't we go over DFS NBA and see if we can't do a little better. Couple of announcements, I guess. Obviously, March Madness is upon us. And my favorite part of March Madness is not the betting and not the bracket, but doing the March Madness Survivor Pool stuff. So I'm enjoying that. And 2 bits of kind of NBA announcements coming up as Bobby slips in here.
Yeah, I'm here. I've got a skin treatment thing, so my face is a little funky, so I'm not showing my face.
So there are 2 big NBA things coming up. So I'm in 2 World Championship things this week. FanDuel on Wednesday is that thing I qualified for a while ago. 20K implied buy-in, 500,000 for first. That's Wednesday, and then Saturday is the DraftKings live final, which actually I'm unable to go to, but we are sending James in my stead.
Oh, James is going. All right.
James is going to go. He said the magic words. I didn't even know he lived near there.
You get in the Paydirt family.
Yeah, so he's going to be going in my place. He's not going to be putting in my picks, but he couldn't do any worse, I guess. So maybe he should. So he's going there for that and going to enjoy, all the festivities, do whatever. And so I got that I'm going to play from here. So those 2 big NBA things are coming up. And just your normal week, you have, again, March Madness is upon us. We have more UFC. I don't know if we have NASCAR this week, I presume. And just more DFS type stuff. Now, again, I also noticed that Bobby, after day 1, was in first in the 555, and then Sahith decided to just decide.
Oh no, I was in first on Sunday a lot of the day. I was in first in the million on Sunday, and I didn't
see that part. I was looking at the 555.
Oh, I was in first in the million. I finished 5th in the 555, and I thought I was hedging myself because I finished 6th in the million.
Oh, okay.
I really could have won both.
Wait, which one? The 44? No,
the $25.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I needed Bridgman to go a little bit higher, and I needed Xander to not make those last 2 birdies on 17 and 8, or the really tough par on 17, and then the birdie on 18 was the Xander killer for me, because I had 5 of the 5 guys who were all in the top 3.
Good for you. Somebody won in golf this week. That's excellent.
Yeah, so I made about 25,000 on the week, which is nice.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, but it would have been. It was one of those where it felt like there was, and I also won another couple thousand betting because I was trying to figure out a way to hedge on bet on all the guys who, in case they effed me, you know what I mean?
Well, I have a website, by the way. I haven't developed it, but I reserved the domain. I'm the owner of dfshedge.com. Where one day, if I do decide to do what I wanted to do, we'll set up a site where people can input their DFS lineups and it can calculate what good hedges are and direct you to the right sports books.
I love that, Sheets. That's awesome.
Great idea, right?
It's a great idea. It sort of goes along with the insurance idea we talked about a while ago.
Yep.
Similar.
And I gave that idea to many people, and they all told me it's terrible. So it's probably a lock to work.
Yes.
I
I can't imagine people wouldn't be interested in it.
No, the only thing that makes it hard is that if it's enough money where you'd really think about it, then it's like it's hard to get down as much to hedge. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to win like $1 million in DFS, I mean, how can you really put enough money against it? You know what I mean? Like in the sports betting market to make it work. But whatever. That's for the engineers to figure out. I'm just the idea man. So NBA tonight for me, I mean, it's easy in respect that the best play to me is Josh Giddey. He's going to be high owned, and it's not till a little later, and that seems to be the best overall play, and he's going to get owned as a result of it. It's a question of what your favorite values are. Like on DraftKings, I don't have anybody projecting at 6x or higher. I mean, I got a couple of Dallas guys. I got like Nembhard and Bagley. Then I got like Jalen Smith, 5,200. And then I have a couple of Golden State guys like Gary Payton and Kristaps, pretty reasonable, 5,500. Then I have this Cedric Howard dude. Julian Reese, but nobody like over 6x. So I don't know how I'm going to actually attack this. I mean, I would want to play Josh Giddey.
Right.
I mean, there's very little to pay up for today,
Right.
And now I guess, I mean, if you really wanted to be a purist, you could play him alongside of Jalen Smith, right, on Chicago. Correlate that a little bit, but there's nobody on Memphis to play. No, there's that Cedric Howard guy, right? Is he actually like a player?
Cedric, yeah. Oh yeah, he can really play. I'm not sure what. I mean, it's hard with these teams that are losing. Like,
hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm doing a podcast. Do you need me? Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's really hard on the teams tanking to have to know exactly what to do. We run into this we're going to run into it every day till they change the rules, which I'm hoping will be by next year, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
What do you think of these Portland guys? I'm seeing Avdia and Klingon, maybe?
I mean, yeah, again, I just feel like there's probably going to be some news that ends up breaking things a little bit. And I don't know what it's going to be. But I mean, the Portland guys, like, certainly, like, in a vacuum, I guess it makes sense. They're actually like playing for something. Maybe, I mean, they're not so great and they're on a back-to-back. Maybe the Nets can keep it close enough to get the most from these guys. Klingon is just a monster per minute. So I feel like he's a really solid play. And I feel like Avdia certainly makes sense, but I don't think it's like an incredible play. I don't feel like you need to have, it's not a guy I'm looking at and going, oh, I need to have Avdia tonight at 8,800. You mentioned Giddey earlier, who I think is the more logical, but honestly, I don't know it's a double tanking situation. So it's kind of tricky, man. And we've seen the minutes fluctuate except for Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey has just been putting up huge numbers and in playing, fairly high minutes. Are they going to let him do the same thing? I guess until further notice, we kind of have to assume they might. One guy who I do like, and maybe his price is kind of caught up with him, but I mentioned him a lot early in the year when he was, $5K and no one was playing him. And now he's sort of become Manas Buzelis, who I like from the Bulls a little bit as well. But it's a little, Leonard Miller is another one who you could think about for value. I think he actually makes a lot of sense. I'm actually surprised the projections are as low as they are on him. This guy's put up, he's put up 30 or more in 3 straight, or 29.7 or more in 3 straight. He's 4,300. He's a value piece I would use from the Bulls. But again, it's just that's why I'm not playing NBA. I know these teams are losing. I don't, me, I tilt pretty hard. I don't want to tilt away like just, okay, well, I'm on pace. I'm in great shape here, but I'm not getting a second half out of my 2 guys who are just smashing right now. You know what I mean? And we're going to see some of that till the end of the year. So that's my issue.
What do you think about? What do you think of the guy I mentioned from Dallas, the Nembhard, the MBH2?
Yeah, I think Nembhard is like probably like the cheapest value piece that I would say is showing up at all for me. So certainly he's the one guy who looks like a reasonable spend down. And yeah, this is a good point, or it's an interesting point, but it's a $25 tournament, whatever. But he's saying, yeah, first is $1 million, and Bobby got 8,500 for sixth. It is kind of rough when that happens to you. When 1 minute you're winning $1 million, and then your next minute you're winning 60. After 70 holes, it's kind of hurts a little. Anyway. But yeah, I think the value, I think that as of right now, until we have anything else, I would say that the cheapest piece is Nembhard. I think my next favorite would probably be Leonard Miller or Jalen Wells. But really not a lot of screaming value to speak of at the moment.
What do you think of Porzingis going back to Washington?
I don't know what to do with this one, because my first instinct when I looked was where did I hold on, what am I missing here? Okay. Oops. When I first looked, I had the feeling that, God, I really don't know how many minutes he's going to play, and I think it's going to be less than 24.
Oh, well, that's no good.
But that's basically what you get from him these days. I mean, he hasn't played more than 22 minutes in 4 months. So there's nothing, he can certainly get there in 20 minutes ish or so against the Wizards. And you could argue that, boy, if the Wizards may be able to keep this one close, because there's like nobody from Golden State, and Golden State is playing to win games. So
since when does Gary Payton put up like 40 fantasy points?
Since there's nobody else. There's nobody else there. Yeah.
Not even that. He did it like 6 or 7 games before that too. He put up 37.
Yeah, he'll occasionally have one of those really weird ones that I can't explain, and then there's the logical ones where when you're missing everybody, you're just going to have your chance at taking shots. One guy who's going to project poorly, here's one I would take a gamble on. And by the way, we should be careful what I say, because last time I said we should take a gamble on somebody, I think it was Clarkson when we did a show. And what did he put up for that night? What did he 10x? Remember?
Dude, I'm telling you, we should have did the full swap like I mentioned.
And what did he must have been on some, right?
No, he was 0.8%.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
He was literally 0.8%.
Oh my God.
He was not owned a shred.
Oh, that's rough. It's just rough. Because we called it all. We talked about
every bit of it.
That's a rough one. But yeah, the guy I was going to mention, and look, you could sort of play, spin the dice. I'm sorry, whatever, roll the dice, spin the wheel, whatever you want to say for these Warriors. What I would say is that Will Richard, is a guy I would consider, because I think he's going to have zero ownership. I think there is a ceiling there. Most of the time you're getting low usage, but he's put up 14 and 7 in his last 2 games, and he played 29 minutes in each of those. That's the kind of play that I could see talking myself into if more value doesn't open up, at least taking a shot at that, because he's going to be the less than 1% guy that I think has the upside to potentially get there. So, and it is the Wizards, so I really feel like everybody in the world should be playing as many pieces as you can against the Wizards. It's just tough with Golden State to know.
Dude, have they lost looks like 12 games in a row?
Yeah, it's a hardcore tank. That's it.
Oof.
Did you see that at one point the worst 8 teams in the NBA had lost like a combined?
I know. That's amazing.
It was nuts.
That's amazing. So who is this Leonard Miller guy? He'd be interesting.
Leonard Miller is just he should start. We're assuming he starts for the Bulls. He's 4,300. He's been playing minutes and he's been productive in those minutes. Like he's played 31, 37, and 35 in the last 3 games.
Look at that. 30 fantasy points, 38 fantasy points.
I think the projections are a little off on him, at least the ones I'm looking at, because I would have him a little bit higher.
What is he? Small forward eligible?
Small forward, power forward?
And power forward.
And
dude,
also
Danny Abdi is small forward eligible. Jesus.
Yeah. But I do think that again, this time of year it does feel like that we using Clarkson as the example from last week, but you want to try and find a place that you can sort of like, okay, what makes sense to me if you're gonna do that for the value stuff, or if you can find a different way to spend up. And does the DraftKings slate end at 8 Eastern tonight, or does it end at all? It doesn't go all the games. I think it ends at 8 Eastern.
No, 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. It's too bad because I had some thoughts on the other game. But
well, you can play the late slate, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just not playing. I mean, I just this is I'll tell you about it afterwards or sometime.
Okay.
This is the one Monday that I think I'll be able to be anywhere doing anything productive for the next, probably 6 months or so.
Okay.
But anyway, and who's to say it's even productive? I'm still in my not playing NBA mode. By the way, where are you doing your college basketball tournament pools?
On Splash.
On Splash? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's like zillions of dollars of an action.
Oh, well, then I'll get in on some of that.
Just go there. There's like a billion pools you get into. I mean, like it's ridiculous.
Okay, cool. Oh my God, Jesus. Splash. What happened to Splash coming up? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the last 2 years.
That's wild. I didn't know it was this big. Jeez.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
No, I haven't spoke. I don't know if I spoke to you since then, but I went to the Big East semifinals with Matt on Friday.
Oh, how was that?
It was great. You know what? And it's funny. I was, obviously waxing poetic to him being as old as I am about, oh no, it's not the same. Back in the day, it was like Chris Mullin and Patrick Ewing and the Big East was a huge deal. And now it's different. I got to tell you, man, that environment the other night was insane. I mean, now granted, it was St. John's and UConn playing, and that was both the semis. So obviously it was going to be pretty packed, but I'll tell you, it was a Friday game at like 5:30 in the afternoon, and there wasn't a seat to be freaking found. I mean, that place was rocking the Garden.
Nice.
Both games, and neither game was particularly competitive, honestly, but yet still, like it was just like really good environment. I mean, good on college basketball for keeping that thing going.
Absolutely.
Draymond Green, do you like him at all?
Is Draymond playing tonight?
Yeah. He's playing. He's probable.
What did I? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Yeah, it's never a fun route, but it's the kind of game where you probably would want some Draymond exposure. I mean, you talk about him and Porzingis at the same price. We at least know we're getting minutes with Draymond. Right. I don't know what to expect production-wise. I actually do like Porzingis as a tournament play. But I just think that it's just hard when you play, you know how it is, when you play these guys who aren't going to play more than 20 some odd minutes. However, even in 20 some odd minutes, he should be fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
He should be able to put up 30 plus. It's just caps your ceiling a little bit, obviously.
Yeah. Let me take a look at FanDuel and see if things look a little different for me over there. I didn't think so, but yeah, it's still Jalen Smith. No, wait. No, that's still DraftKings. Josh Minot or Minot.
Mm-hmm.
He's 4K flat over there. I guess that's top value. Bagley, Herb Jones, only 4,700. He's going to be owned over there. Wendell Carter's been doing well.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of games. But yeah, it's a weird slate. Oh, actually, there you get a Wemby and Luka.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there you get Wemby and Luka. And by the way, Wemby, I mean, listen, I know they got to protect him. I mean, they freaking sat him in a game against Jokic. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that was about.
It was about fans getting really mad, probably.
It's just weird, like, I mean, the Lakers it was annoying to a lot of, I know the Lakers freaked out because they literally sat everybody when the Spurs came into town, and people had paid like way more for those tickets than any other ticket.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand that. But it's also very not Wemby like.
Yeah.
He tends to be a guy.
You know what? It's even there. It's Giddey. Giddey's a good player over there still.
I think so too. It's just weird with these situations with the tankings. Like, I'm struggling with that. And when it was frustrating me, so to the point where I was like hating playing, I realized, okay, I think I need to take a little breather from NBA so the playoffs go. Whereas golf, I like literally look forward to and love it every week. I just can't get there with the NBA. But you guys are tougher than I am because you're hanging in there.
Dude, Aberg was like cruising, and then he realized that Sheets predicted him to win the tournament. Then he realized he was supposed to lose. So
I bet on him at like 40-1 or whatever the hell it was, 36-1. That would have been nice. I bet actually, I mean, actually, it's a decent bet. It was like $250.
Yeah, so I have to tell you, so on FanDuel, I think it's worth mentioning. My exposures are, I'm getting like 50% of Herb Jones, and I'm also 45% of Darius Garland. I mean, remember, it's a different slate over there, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the Garland money in, you know, in that those last two games.
That makes
so it's
sense.
For me, it's Herb Jones and Garland top owned over there, and then it's Giddey, Minot, as I mentioned, Klingon, DeJounte Murray. He's questionable, but he'll play, I guess. Wendell Carter, Wembanyama, 30%. So it is a much different slate. But you know, if you guys wanted to, I mean, like, I'm sure there's a late slate on DraftKings where you get to play those games. Those are fun games to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, let me just see, just make
they
sure.
They're good real life games for sure. The only problem is we have no Kawhi tonight, which is a little.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I was like, because at first I was like, I understand why the Spurs would be favored at LA, the Clippers, but like I would have thought it would have been a few points, not 9. Then I realized Kawhi was not in.
So that's why Garland
and Mather.
Garland would be a full 7,400 on DraftKings.
Yeah. Garland and Matherin, though, are both pretty good plays, obviously, because of that situation. They don't really have a whole lot of guys who can create a shot
No.
at all. No. Although we wouldn't have said that about Bam Adebayo a couple of weeks ago either.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely not.
Don't know what to do with that one. And I guess the Masters pricing that I haven't looked at that yet, by the way.
That's a couple of weeks from now still. I mean.
Yeah. No, I'm excited though.
Oh, you get to play those other guys, right? We get to play the Niemans and all those guys.
I think we get to play everybody. And I'll tell you, I already know I will be playing the Brooks because I think he's about to be ready to take over a little bit.
I was going to say, what is he, like 7K over there now? Probably.
No, he's only 8,500. I mean, honestly, there's a path where he could have like won this tournament. Like he just, a little bit too slow of a start.
You'll get him at 1% ownership too.
When
in the Masters?
No, he's going to be popular.
You think so?
I bet by the time it comes around, he's one of the most popular guys.
Okay. Nobody ever plays him.
Well, at the beginning of this year, but then you see what he's done lately. I mean, he finished 13th, 9th, and he missed a couple.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just saying that the models always hate him.
We'll see. I'm telling you, I bet you by the Masters come around,
here's the pricing here: John Rahm 10K, DeChambeau 10-2, Oberg 98, Morikawa out. F you Morikawa, honestly.
You know what happened? It's these guys who tried to speed up their swing and they hurt their back. He and Rory.
Justin Rose is priced higher than Hideki Matsuyama, Victor Hovland, and Matt Fitzpatrick.
That's definitely worth noting. well noted by you there, because I actually was a little surprised about that too when I just looked at this just a second ago.
Oh my God, this guy still golfs. Cameron Smith.
I mean, he's been on the live.
Cameron Smith is still,
and he not only is he still golfing, he's got the guy who, like, we always talk about. If you had a guy whose game was made for playing the Masters, it would be his, because it's like weird and awkward shots and strange things, and that's what he's good at.
How about Max Homa 73? Yeah,
he should be cheaper.
Oh, but you get Gerard at 68, maybe.
You know who's going to win it though. It's this Bridgman. I don't know why we go away from this. This guy I watch every week, Sheets, and every week, every time he loses, it's like because he went for it in 2 and the ball rolled off of the green. It looked perfect, and then it rolls over into the water over on the par 5s. Like, he just every week looks like he's the best guy. And you look at it, I mean, what is he? All he does is to come in the top 7, like, every week.
Well, here's definitely, if you think Justin Rose is too expensive at 9,100, well, how about Patrick Reed at like 9K? Are you kidding?
Yeah, but he always plays well at the Masters.
You know what? I'll take Bridgman at 7,400 over Patrick Reed.
Give me Bridgman over all these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know if people are caught on to this or whatever, all this. I won a bunch with him too in bets because I had him top 5, top 10, top 20, and all of them were great numbers, and he finished 5th. But I mean, look, he goes 5, T5, T18, 1st, 8th, 18th, 13th, 4th. Like, why is this guy 7K in any tournament?
Let me look real quick to see what the pay dirt optimals are getting in the NBA.
Okay.
Let's see. what that looks like. Where do we look at optimals? Pay dirt optimals. Who are these people? I don't even know who these people are. Walter Clayton?
Walter Clayton plays for, he's a first-round pick this year from the Jazz.
But does Utah play tonight?
Yeah, he got traded. He was part of that, what's it called deal?
No. But does Utah play tonight?
I don't think so, but he doesn't play for Utah anymore.
Oh, okay.
He's on Memphis now. He was part of that trade to get what's his name? He's just gonna have a wild range of outcomes. I actually really like the guy as a player. But no,
he's not the top one. The top one guy is DeJounte Murray, then Klingon, Coward, Green, Gui Santos, Bilal Coulibaly, Trey Murphy. Those are the top optimals there. Okay, that's there. What else do we have? That's on DraftKings. May as well share the FanDuels. FanDuel optimals. It doesn't look like they have any for tonight, as far as FanDuel goes. I guess that's pretty much all I have. I mean, there's no real news coming out. There's nothing going on. I mean, listen, I'll share with you guys my hockey exposures just for funsies. For those of you that are watching, well, let me not. Okay, I'll do it two ways. I gotta do this right. First, I will tell you who I have, and then I'll tell you who the best plays are. Because again, the way I play, like it's a lot based on ownership and sims and stuff like that. It happens to be my top stacks are Detroit, and then Colorado, and then Boston. But let me pull up my actual projections just so I can show you. I mean, just so I can at least tell you who you said. If you ask me, like, okay, so who's like a good play, without regard to like who I'm actually playing as far as portfolio management goes, I'll be able to point that out. It is. Let's see. This is old. I gotta change these projections. It looks like top stacks would be, Colorado, then Detroit. Those would be like the top two. But Detroit's a little lower owned, maybe Dallas, something like that. Mm-hmm. I actually am going to do that. I'm going to rerun my my hockey projections and redo that. And that's pretty much all I have. The NBA, watch for late news, like you said, watch for late swaps, but it's an easy slate tonight. You know what I mean? Like you said, it ends at 8:00, and we all got plenty of time to go tilt the night slate when the 8:00 one isn't doing well. And then you get to play Luka and
maybe that's what I should start doing, is just playing these night slates and just keep it more manageable instead of all the crazy.
Oh yeah, what's his name has been killing in this. Adam's been murdering the night slate.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I feel like there's edge in these, like the night slates. I feel like are a little bit like the weekend slates when you were talking about from before, like when during football season, like it's just like you don't get everyone's best effort. You don't even know if people are going to even late swap between the games.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind, after we head out, do you mind if I just throw one thing at you?
Oh, you could throw a million things at me.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. You will see me over the course of the next couple of days. See you later, guys. Let me end the stream. Hold on.